Hi, my name is Paulina Leroy, and I'm a medical intuitive and holistic wellness coach for women. And I want to help you to understand what's happening in your body over 40. So, if you started noticing certain changes happening in your body and your body just doesn't feel like yours, because I know that's what's happening, many women report that there are undeniable changes in the body that I believe wrongly associated with menopause. They're not caused by menopause, but they associate with age, right? And when somebody tells us that those symptoms, those problems are caused by menopause or they inevitably come with aging, this is not true, and I don't want you to believe it. Those symptoms can be associated with aging, but they don't have to be part of aging. There's a way to age healthy, and we don't have to suffer when we age. And it's possible when we know what's happening in the body. And as someone who spent over a decade being inside the body and actually exploring what's happening in the body and learning about it, I want to share with you what I learned so you don't have to suffer. So, one of the two most common trends that I see in the body with age, and again, it's not menopause symptoms, but it's aging thing. Number one thing is, we already talked about, is the liver becomes stagnant. Liver becomes overloaded. Liver becomes slow, dehydrated usually, and the liver is malfunctioning. Another common trend that I see in the midlife body is inflammation. Inflammation, unfortunately, decreases with age for us women. And it doesn't have to be this way. If you know how to respond to inflammation, if you know how to take care of your body and reduce inflammation, it doesn't have to be a problem. But unfortunately, so many of us misled, and we believe that it is inevitable symptom of menopause and declining estrogen. Not the case. So let's talk about it. What we see usually as a increased inflammation in the body is the result of low-grade viral and bacterial activity in the body. Those viruses and bacteria are quietly sitting in the body and usually multiplying in the body and spreading around the body, causing more and more symptoms. Now, why inflammation is increasing for women much more than for men? The problem is in our most precious, most amazing gifts that we have is to create another life. Our system, reproductive system, is cherishing this opportunity to create life. Our body is designed in a way to prioritize reproductive system. And what happens is that when we have a menstruation and ovulation, our immune system is drawn to reproductive organs to protect them, right? Our body is prioritizing reproductive process over other processes. In many ways, when we are pregnant, our body will prioritize baby's needs in nutrients rather than mother's needs. That's why sometimes calcium will be drawn from mother's bones to baby. All the other nutrients and minerals will be drawn from the body to the baby if the baby needs them. And there is a lack of those nutrients and minerals, right? So the body is prioritizing baby's needs. And the same way, when we're not pregnant, the body is still prioritizing reproductive functions over the rest of the body. And so when we menstruate, when we ovulate, the body will prioritize protection of these organs and will draw immune system to reproductive organs. That's why for about 30% of the time when we in reproductive age, our immune system is actually compromised. Usually we live for around 30% of the time with compromised immune system. Do you understand how vulnerable we are compared to men? Men don't have these problems. That's why usually when I work with men, I don't see so many viruses in them. I don't see such a high viral load in them. That's not the case for every man, but usually they have strong immune systems. And that's why women have a high viral load. And this is why women have higher risk of getting autoimmune condition than men. If you look at all the numbers, all the stats about people getting autoimmune conditions, you will see that 80% of all people diagnosed with autoimmune conditions are women. Why? Because of the problem with the immune system, right? Because we have compromised immune system for about 30% of the time during reproductive age, we tend to create opportunity for all these viruses and bacteria to actually grow and thrive inside our bodies. That's why with age, all these viral activities only grow. And we're talking about viruses like Epstein-Barr virus, herpesvirus, we're talking about shingles virus. All these viruses, they actually grow and expand and thrive in the body if we allow them, unless we practice serious antiviral protocol, anti-inflammatory protocol. So that is why for us women, it's so important to be aware of those things happening in the body and actually protect ourselves. The inflammation symptoms that we experience in midlife only expected if we don't address those viral conditions and bacterial conditions beforehand. So if we don't practice anti-inflammatory protocol during the life, then yes, by 40, 50 years old, we're gonna experience problems with inflammation. Now, what can we do in order to minimize it? When I started working as a medical intuitive and I would go inside the body and I would see all these viruses present in the body, and I would ask the creator, what can I do to support these clients? And the creator would tell me that you can talk to a virus directly. And okay, I would be like, let's talk to a virus. And so I would ask the virus, why are you present in this body? And the response that I would receive answer was, in most cases, that because this body is a very good environment for me. This person is a very good host for me. And I have all I need here. And why wouldn't I thrive here? Why wouldn't I leave this body? It's such a great place for me to live, right? It's warm and cozy and all the food is here, right? So what we need to understand is what's the best environment for viruses and bacteria and how to change this environment in order not to be so hospitable for them, right? And that comes down to food, right? We need to stop feeding viruses and bacteria, and also acidity, because highly acidic environment is usually beneficial for them. That's what they prefer. And so we need to think in terms of switching environment from being acidic to more alkaline, right? And how can we do it? By lowering the stress and also changing our diet. And that's what I teach my clients how to do. If you want to protect your body from inflammation, you want to switch it to more alkaline. And it's not a rocket science. Everyone can do it. And I want you to understand it, and I want you to be able to take care of your body. By addressing our body's needs, by giving our body what they need, we can have a healthy, beautiful body regardless of age.